So you did it. You got the patent. That's a huge milestone for any innovator, a huge cause for celebration. But here's the thing. That official document isn't actually the finish line. In fact, it's the start of a whole new and really crucial phase, one that can determine the real value of your invention.
That sounds a little scary, right? The idea that your patent, the very thing that's supposed to protect you, could have some hidden risks lurking inside. But we're not talking about huge glaring problems. We're talking about small, seemingly minor errors that can quietly undermine its entire strength.
You know, this quote really gets to the heart of the problem. An investor, a potential partner, a competitor, they can't read your mind. They have no idea what you meant to say. All they have are the words on the page. And if those words are wrong, well, that's when doubt starts to creep in.
Look, in the race to innovate, small mistakes are going to happen. It's just a fact. A typo here, a minor detail gets overlooked there. But what starts as just a tiny little error can quickly snowball into a major, major business risk.
Just think about it for a second. A misspelled technical term creates ambiguity. It makes people on the outside wonder, if they missed this, what else did they miss? And just like that, your entire intellectual property starts to look a whole lot less reliable.
So this isn't just about being a perfectionist or, having a perfectly clean document. These small errors have a direct, measurable impact on your company's future. We're talking everything from fundraising to legal battles. You can really see the ripple effect here. For an investor doing due diligence, a messy patent is a huge red flag. If you're in a negotiation, it completely weakens your leverage. And in a legal dispute, man, it's basically an open invitation for your opponent to attack your credibility, all because of an error that could have been prevented. Okay, enough with a cautionary tale. The good news is there's an official, totally approved tool designed specifically for this exact situation. This isn't some secret workaround, it's a formal process provided by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office itself. It's called a Certificate of Correction. And when you file for one, you're not asking for some kind of special treatment. You're actually helping the USPTO maintain a clean, clear, and predictable public record. It's a tool that's really designed to make sure the patent system works better for everyone. Now, this is a really important point to understand. A certificate of correction is all about accuracy. It is not a do-over to try and change the scope of your invention. This is simply about making sure that the final official document perfectly matches what you originally intended and got approved. So, what kind of mistakes are we actually talking about here? What qualifies for a fix? Let's dive into the practical details. Just look at the kind of confusion these errors can cause. A simple typo in a key term, instant doubt. The wrong number could completely change the technical meaning of your invention, and a mismatched reference in a drawing, that could make the whole thing totally impossible to understand. These are not just cosmetic issues. They fundamentally mess with the clarity of your patent. Okay, so now we know what can be fixed. The next logical question is, how do you actually do it? Well, the process is probably a lot more straightforward than you might think. It really boils down to 4 steps. First, review your patent the second it arrives. Don't just let it sit on a shelf and gather dust. Second, figure out where the error came from, because that can affect the process. Third, be crystal clear in your request, showing the before and after side-by-side is key for a quick approval. And finally, you submit it to make that correction part of the official public record. And I honestly can't stress this enough. You have to act fast. Think of it this way. An error that you fix proactively just costs a filing fee, but an error that gets discovered during due diligence, that could cost you a whole funding round. Filing a correction early before any fight begins just shows you're on top of your IP. If you wait, well, it gets much, much harder. So let's reframe this whole thing. Fixing patent errors isn't some boring administrative chore. It's proactive IP hygiene. It's a strategic move that pays off big time during fundraising, partnership talks, and especially if you ever have to defend your patent in court. This is how you build a rock-solid foundation for your company's most valuable assets. And that's really the question I want to leave you with. You've secured protection for your brilliant idea, and that is fantastic. But is that protective shield as strong and as seamless as it could be? It might just be time to take another look.